G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. So we're out the front at the footpath garden. You can see things are starting to grow there. Now I haven't got the very bottom end really planted yet. And that's because I'm trying to stagger it. Remember, I had that trouble with my tomatoes. I didn't stagger them properly. Ended up I ran out. So we'll fix that problem here. The building site's going okay. That pigeon pea over there near the statue of Orpheus is in flower. So I'll get to try what the pigeon peas taste like. I've added a new thing out here. Over there is a Brazilian cherry. That's it, Grummy Charmer. It's a newie, and I'm waiting. Hopefully it'll take all right over there. Rosie's got her Pawpaw Grove. You can see it's not producing any pawpaws, but the pawpaws are certainly growing. And there's a volunteer pumpkin in there as well. We're in the alfresco area. Rosie's hacked the living daylights out of my kumquat trees. The good news though is they're coming back, and I'll show you can probably see on that one there with the little birdhouse thing. Lots of new growth on that, thank goodness. I was getting worried about that one. Little native beehive's going pretty well. Remember the neighbour cut back all his trees. If it was summer I would have been worried, and I probably would have even thought about moving that beehive, but it's winter, so they're going well. We're in the big girl's yard now. Presume you can see those grapefruits. Still waiting for them to ripen really. That's okay. Grapes have well and truly died back for winter. It'll get a big cutback soon. Little Kefir lime in the corner. Yeah, he's doing average. Ooh, look at those yellow leaves on that grapefruit. Have to give him a feed up. A few trace elements as well. I've got a couple of mandarins. You can see there on my little tiny mandarin tree. Lime trees coming. That's a Tahitian lime, that one. Looks like he's coming back, thank goodness. And it also looks like we've got a volunteer passion fruit coming up in the same place. Great. Like I need another passion fruit. Lemonade tree continues to have lots of lemonade, which is great. The lemon tree beside him, he's probably got about 5 lemons. So that's good. That thing there is an arrowroot. You got to use it when you harvest it pretty quickly. It doesn't store. So I don't know. I don't know whether I'll get rid of it or keep it or what I'll do yet. There's my never producing bloody fig. Over here we've got a bit of silver beet on at the moment. That's my tropical peach. The gooseberry had well and truly been annihilated, but there's one coming back in the same spot, which is great. Those leaves beside it are sweet potato. That's my tuber bed. I've got yams, ginger, yacon, sweet potatoes. I'll give you a look at a yacon flower. There you go, that's the funny little flower off a yacon. So when that all dies back, I'll get in there and have a good dig around. I'm expecting we might get a reasonable harvest out of this lot. A little bit more silver beet in there. Ceylon spinach is going extraordinarily well. Sorry about the washing in the background. That's my feijoa, or pineapple guava. Now, as it turns out, I've been reading a bit more lately, and it looks like I might need a second one to get fruit. They cross-pollinate. Which could spell the end for my feijoa, folks. As much as I've loved espaliering it and getting it into shape, if I don't get fruit out of it, there's no sense having it. That's an eggplant. Basil's going okay. It needs another cutback. That's a curry bush. Not very strong flavoured. If you haven't tried a curry bush, no, not a curry tree, curry bush. My pomegranate, it'll lose all its leaves soon. Thank goodness I've got my tomatoes are coming back, and we've got a few seeds on. I was a tomato free zone for a while and I'm not enjoying it. A bit more silver beet under there. That's a chili, that bloke there. That's my pipsqueak orange. which really is a pipsqueak plant, but I'm not joking. The variety is called pipsqueak. Now remember the carrot test. Well, I've been putting a few more in and it does seem to be working, folks. I'll be buggered. Aquaponics grow bed's going okay. I had a cabbage moth attack, so I made up some organic spray out of just cooking oil and a little bit of dish soap and a lot of water. It seems to have beaten that back. So I'm hoping to get cabbages pretty soon. I've been eating that long stringy lettuce there. That's why he's so long and stringy. He's been getting a sort of constant harvest. Those, I can't really remember what they are. I think it's some sort of lettuce. Obviously not doing exceptionally well. Collard's still alive. I wouldn't say it's booming. Kangkong in the middle. He's always a performer. He's dying back now. It's winter. So that's the grow bed. A little constant flow grow bed on the other side is full of that Lebanese watercress. The aquaponics fish, I won't show you them. They're doing pretty well. We'll come back some other video and have a look at them. Now right beside it I've got some seedlings, tomatoes, Celtis from Rob Bob at Ipswich. Thanks Rob, it looks like some of those have sprouted. And those are tromboccinos. So most of this stuff is destined, not the Celtis, but the tomatoes and the trombocs are destined to go out on the footpath garden. They're getting just about big enough to do now. Same with the tomatoes. I always wait till they get a couple of sets of leaves. I'm in the little dog's yard. I've been doing alright with chilies. Doesn't happen to be any at the moment. I thought I'd show you that red scented lime. Got a little lime on. I'm not sure if that's going to stay. Would like to see it. Oh, there's some green chilies. In the back there we're doing alright with snow peas. These ones up here are just new, that's why they're little and sort of wilted over. Probably need to give them a bit of a water. But yeah, happy to get the snow peas. Silver beet and perpetual spinach over this side still. We've been hoeing into that. There's another pomegranate. Some more of those snow peas. I'm very excited to say that the garlic is growing and seems to be doing okay. That's great. Rosemary, lemongrass, bananas, another rosemary. There's some parsley scattered in down there as well. Tomatoes growing on this side. That's good. Little avocado's not doing much in there. Probably crowded out and not getting any sun. The Madagascar bean is giving me yet another harvest. God, he's a producer. Unbelievable. I'm absolutely self-sufficient in beans these days. Go figure. What do we got? Just a few ornamentals there. Over here we got a few cherry tomatoes just came up in a pot, which I'm happy about. Turmeric's starting to die back, so he'll be ready for a harvest. The ginger, he's going quite well. There's some really good lumps of ginger in there. The little lots of lemon on this side, he's about dead. Not quite sure what's happening there. It's probably the water dries out too much because of that unsealed pot. That's a curry tree in that little pot there. He's not doing great either. My tropical pear, I'm hoping the ringtail possum leaves him alone now because there's less tree coverage, so hopefully that'll mean the ringtail doesn't feel safe. That's a young berry there, doing quite well, not producing any berries. Another pot of ginger. Pineapples on this side's are going great guns. The one up the end that we just were at is going terribly. That thing beside it's supposed to be a mother herb. I've used it once. It's not terribly exciting. I've pretty much got it as an ornamental. The bush basil is just going nuts like it always does. Put a few little lettuces in up this side. They're doing nothing, quite frankly. Don't get any sun. The cranberry hibiscus is going cranberry hibiscus-ish like it always does. It's doing remarkably well. The plant behind it is a sweet leaf. It's liking the more sun. I expected it would have died back by now, but it hasn't. Some parsley there. Another volunteer passion fruit. Oh, I had some passion fruits on the other day. I wonder what Rosie's done with them. The grape on this side hasn't gone back as much as the other one. And we're back out in the alfresco on that side. So that's hopefully just a quick tour of what's happening in the patch. Well, it's late afternoon. The sun's setting here on another day on the manor. I'm sitting out watching the chickens and partaking in my favourite pastime. That's right, drinking alcohol. Alright folks, you have a good one, eh? See ya.